And then I saw her face. I'm a believer, and not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love.
Hey guys, TWHD here, and I am back with another reaction video. And today I'm going to be reacting to After the Fact Twilight's Kingdom. And yes, this is the last After the Fact Season 4 video. And yes, I did started reacting to After the Fact in 2015. And yes, that was on Season 4. And yes, 2017 is when I end the After the Fact Season 4 reaction series. But there is some more After the Fact videos still out there, yeah. There's also Season 5, and there's also Season 6. I don't know if there's any Season 7 ones, but I'll have to look on Silver-Quill's channel to see if there is. Alright, I'm gonna get this video started, so let's jump right in! Well, hold on, let me turn down the volume. Alright, let's jump right in.
I may not ever need to read these again, but that doesn't mean they don't have value.
Oh! Oh yeah, I remember that part. The Golden Oak Library got blown up. He's laughing!
Oh my gosh! Can you believe the writers just did that? Of course you can, because it just
happened. I know, they just killed the Golden Oak Library.
I mean, wow.
Let me turn down the volume. I can't hear my voice.
A whole episode talking about sentimental value, and then they broke her home just because, you know, reasons. Oh, come on. Twilight. You gotta find that a little funny. Wait, no you don't. This is a tragedy for you, and I am horrible for even thinking of laughing at a time like this. I'm sorry, Twilight. I'm afraid my empathy is all messed up, because this is not the first time Hasbro's advertising has brought the pain.
I fear the wounds are fatal.
Okay, Silver-Quill is watching Transformers.
Do not grieve. Soon, I shall be one with the Matrix.
Wait a minute. Where's this matrix of leadership coming from? We never saw that before when Prime opened up his chest. And he's done that a lot since this is, what, the third time he's been shot up? He got disassembled in that one episode, so how come he's dying here? Speaking of deaths, what the heck was up with Prowl? That image is gonna haunt me through adolescence. And another thing.
You know, part of my life suddenly makes sense.
Who was that? That didn't sound like, After Silver-Quill. I thought that might be Silver-Quill's brother. Like just watching Transformers instead of My Little Pony.
This feels so daunting, because I'm reviewing more than an episode here. I'm reviewing a formula.
Of course, that statue.
The Friendship is Magic two-parter formula. It makes for a nifty Mad Lib. Twilight Sparkle is concerned about her purpose, and is feeling depressed. But there's no time to dwell, as Equestria is in danger from the evil Theoric, and the royal ponies cannot help. Twilight travels to Canterlot to try and help, but she becomes separated from her friends, and all seems lost. The villain's arrogance creates an opening, and her friends reunite to defeat their enemy with the power of rainbows. That conveniently solves it. Twilight learns a lesson that answers her personal dilemma, and she's rewarded with a new toy sale. The end. Well,
toy
that's not very
sale
funny.
or toy
I bet you guys
fail?
know better. I put a copy of this on my DeviantArt account. Give it a try while I fill in farts for everything.
Farts?
The thing about formulas is that the more we see, the more obvious and damaging it becomes. But you may say, Silver, you handsome hippogriff. If all two-parters are similar, how can you like one over another? To sum it up in one word, investment. Do I feel a stake in Twilight's ordeal, or does a blockade keep me uninterested? I rooted for Twilight in both the series premiere and Return to Harmony because they were very conflict-driven tales where she had a lot to lose. She had just as much to lose in a Canterlot wedding, yet I couldn't get invested because I never really cared for Cadance and Shining Armor. By a similar notion, I had no investment in the fate of the Crystal Ponies, yet Princess Twilight broke the losing streak by having me invest once again in her personal struggle. Her struggle begins anew with her wondering about her role. After all, going all the way to the Crystal Empire to unfurl a banner does seem like a waste of time.
The Duke and Duchess of Mertonia.
Duke and Duchess?
I like Padme Amidala. Still good for you, Flash. You got a speaking role, and bronies didn't threaten to rip your head off this time. You got off better than Twilight, who had to wait outside while the other royals discussed important matters.
Thank you for understanding our desire to keep the number of those privy to these confidential discussions to a minimum.
Translation, this is a kid's show, and we don't want to go all over on our audience. But
that's impressive, bro.
Because everything she's done as a princess has been to smile and wave for the crowd, a topic I touched on in my princess debate video. I wonder if this is the result of Tradia, where Twilight's role as a mediator didn't come to fruition since the ponies settled the matter without her ruling. And that's the strength of this two-parter. Older episodes are cast in a new light based on these events. Plus, I like that Twilight's struggling with this question. She's the counterbalance to the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Twilight knows what she's good at, but that doesn't mean her life is spelled out for her. And she's the only member of the main six who can face this question, since the others are either content with their roles or well on their way to achieving their dreams. It's too bad, however, that I think this episode misses the mark. It starts with Twilight framing the issue.
Well, it's just that Princess Luna raises the moon, Princess Celestia raises the sun, you protect the Crystal Empire.
This episode places way too much emphasis on titles, such as
Twilight
Princess of the
can
Sun,
control
Moon,
friendship.
and Princess of Merchandising. We know from a Hearthwarming
I'm not
Eve
sure
and the
about
Journal of
that.
the Two Sisters that unicorns can control the sun and moon. It takes combined effort and is a huge toll, but it's not impossible.
But you know, I am
And
concerned
Cadence
about
flat out
the
said that the
season
Crystal
7
Empire
finale.
is so perfect and peaceful
Will
that
Starlight
nearly being killed by a Tatzelworm
become
was
an
fun,
Alicorn?
thereby reinforcing
Sorry, I
my
had to
belief
burp.
that Cadence is an adrenaline junkie.
Headcanon.
So I'd argue that their respective titles are the least of their duties, as this opening scene portrays. Couple that with a song that tries to reassure Twilight about her role by saying, "You are a princess and therefore everything will be fine." I did enjoy the melody, and while I may be a Luna fanboy, I give Cadence the title of Best Singing Princess. Just don't expect a title to guarantee your future. I need to make this clear for younger fans. Titles can set standards, but they don't bestow qualities. You bring that to a role with your own knowledge, your own skills, and your attitude, and that's what you use to build a future. But while I'm harping on this point, a random pony is having a bad night.
Is he friend or is he foe? The pony wonders. I can assure you, I am no friend. And I will take what should have been mine long ago.
We have our first repurpose of a G1 villain in Tyrek, who enjoys a very different backstory. In that, unlike his G1 counterpart, he actually has a backstory. Boy, did I get a kick out of this guy.
Yeah,
Well,
the
he was
G1
weak. But
Tyrek
first we
wasn't
need to talk about
accurate
Celestia's
as the
new ability.
G4
She has
Tyrek.
prophetic dreams, which explains much of how she's been able to stay one step ahead of the game for part of the series. I'm guessing these dreams are not consistent, however, since she wasn't able to avoid being abducted by foliage or turned into a piñata. Her dreams do allow her to set the stage for Tyrek's backstory, including him being betrayed by his more open-minded brother, and the fact that no pony except Starswirl the Bearded did anything ever before Twilight and company hit the scene. But Tyrek escaped imprisonment during the events of It's About Time, meaning that Freakout Twilight was technically correct about disaster. So it's time for Equestria's rulers to come up with a counterattack.
And I know just the princess who could stop him.
I was
Yeah,
going
it's
to laugh at
definitely
Cadence for
Twilight.
that line because it seems like she's saying, we know it's going to come down to
remember the
Twilight
episode,
anyway,
okay?
so why fight it? But I realize she's trying to lift Twilight's spirits, for which I can't fault her. But you know, you could volunteer and join her on this quest. Wouldn't that be dangerous? And life-threatening? And fun? Maybe your husband can get captured again,
Uh-oh.
and you can
Cadence
rescue him.
is starting to
I'm
lose her
afraid I
mind.
must call in another to stop Tyrek. Discord.
Oh yeah, Discord.
Never mind. Have fun in your incredibly peaceful and
I forgot that Discord was in the Season 4
So
finale.
yes, it's up to Discord to track down Tyrek and stop him from stealing magical power from every pony in Equestria. Which should seem
Well,
easy since
instead,
Tyrek is so weak.
Discord joined
But that's
Tyrek.
what makes him the most enjoyable villain to date.
And
Every
then
other
betrayed his
antagonist,
friends.
including Discord, was far more powerful than our heroines. Tyrek starts off weaker, so he relies on a silver tongue to convert Discord back to the wicked path. Tyrek is shown as clever, manipulative, and self-control.
he's back to weak, and he
Tyrek
just
isn't
got
just evil
locked
for
up in his
evil's
cage.
sake. He genuinely views the ponies as
You know, I do
inferior,
hope they have an
and their
episode
friendship is
where
a different kind of prison.
Starlight
This
goes
harkens
to
back to Discord's
Tyrek's
views in
prison
Trees of
cell
Crowd,
and then just
where he too
confront
treated
his
the idea
butt.
of friendship as a set of obligations rather than anything personal.
Woe is me. Will I ever learn the intricate nuances of being a good friend?
He does, however, set Twilight on the path to opening the mystery box. You know, that thing Twilight said was so important and then ignored for 22 episodes? I don't know why she thinks that there would be a book about a box that has never been seen before, and she casually strolls through the oh-so-dangerous Everfree forest to do research, yet there's a curious moral hidden here. Twilight realizes that the box and the items that the main six collected could be linked, and they have those items because each pony stayed true to who they really are, even though it wasn't convenient. So one way to view this is that when
Yeah, it
you don't
happened
know
to
what you're supposed to
all
do, Staying true to yourself can
5
open avenues you
characters
don't yet see.
except for
The
Twilight.
only problem is that Twilight
which was
hasn't made
in
any
the
new friends
season
this
4
season.
finale.
Oh, she's tagged along as other ponies met new
But
friends. But when I think about Twilight,
Twilight's other
the
friends
only second-tier
before the
characters I
season 4
associate with
finale.
her exclusively are the royal family and Trixie.
Hey!
Forget criticizing
Yeah,
this episode.
Trixie
This
wasn't
is a
even
problem in a series
in
called
season
Friendship
4.
is Magic. The main
But
six
she did
characters are
return in
bound so
season
tight that it
6.
shuts out the rest of the world. Is it any wonder Discord
I don't
didn't
know
feel
if
invested in their friendship
Trixie's
beyond
going to be part
Fluttershy?
of season
Well,
7 now
Celestia
because
done goofed.
she's friends with
So how is she
Starlight.
going to handle the fact that Tyrek is absorbing more and more magic across Equestria thanks to Discord?
We must rid ourselves of our magic before Tyrek has the chance to steal it from us.
Logical foul. Princess Celestia, 3-point street cred. Fans have devoted a lot of energy to picking apart the flaws in this plan. Rather than go through the list, and believe me, I'd like to get at the heart of this problem. Because everything that fans have pointed out, from the lack of an endgame to forgetting about Discord again, are symptoms of an overall approach: removing the royals. And no, that is not me getting my inner Marxist on. When Celestia
Okay.
first disappeared, there was a genuine fear of what would happen
Einstein?
to Equestria. It had no defenders, and so the burden shifted to an unlikely band of heroines. Now those heroines have become the norm, yet we also have the ruling princess, her restored sister, their niece who runs an empire, and her captain of the guard husband. These are ponies who should be involved when a crisis arises, yet the writing staff seems to treat them as a roadblock to Twilight's events. So every story devotes a portion of time towards removing them rather than allowing participation. Sometimes their removal is downright embarrassing. Speaking of embarrassing, hi Shining Armor! Bye Shining Armor! Wow, I can only think of one way this could get worse for him. Wait
Yeah, take a
for
picture of
it.
his butt. Oh gosh, what did you do?
There, your plot is now the #1 meme on Facebook.
Prince of the
Don't
Full
worry,
Moon?
I'm sure that one day you'll get to be something other than
Oh,
a dumbass
because
and
a
disgraceful
moon
Twilight to say.
is a person's bare butt.
The upside to this scene is that we get to see Discord begin to doubt his choice, which turns into a nice character arc. But first we have to witness Tyrek at his second most powerful, and to be honest, I find him less impressive now that he's stronger. I call it Eisen syndrome. A villain becomes
What?
so powerful that planning and guile go out the window because he is now a powerhouse. Oh, he's a threat, don't get me wrong, yet to me, he's a less interesting character. Rather than holding the depowered princesses as hostage or trying to get the information out of them, he banishes them to Tartarus and out of the story, because the writers have no further need of them. He's also completely oblivious to Twilight's attempts to lower the moon and raise the sun. Huh. I wonder if the moon still influences the tides like it does in the real world. Oh, here's my answer.
Okay. Flushed away. Don't get hurt
Twilight's
by
doing her
Hugh
best to
Jackman.
master her enhanced power and keep the change hidden from her friends, because Celestia said so. And part of the reason I've been so harsh on Celestia's teaching methods is because this isn't how she used to be. Though she was absent for most of the series premiere, she made sure that Twilight had everything necessary to face the crisis, perhaps even checking the library's stock. In Return to Harmony, when Twilight was at her weakest, Celestia gave her exactly what she needed to turn things around. Yet after a Canterlot wedding, Celestia changed. No longer offering support behind the scenes, she started to impose limitations. And I don't understand why that's necessary other than to force drama. One could argue it's all part of some master plan, but even Dumbledore let Harry have a little help from his friends.
Dumbledore?
And since part of this grand decision was to not warn the other main six about Discord, their
Yeah, I
capture
would
the drain of
agree.
magic without so much as a chase.
Surely you saw this coming?
I didn't. I really didn't.
Though to Discord's
Yeah,
credit,
Celestia
or
was
an
like
oversight by the
Dumbledore,
writers,
because
he never
Dumbledore
mentioned that Shining Armor was
helped
Twilight's
Harry be
brother
more
and therefore
special.
an easy hostage. I'm not sure even Discord knows whose side he's on. That is until we finally have the heel turn in this partnership.
Sorry if I make too much logical comments in this.
Surely you saw this coming.
I didn't. I truly didn't.
Not terribly
Yep.
subtle, but it does
Never
highlight
did.
a point.
Discord.
Has always been the manipulator and the betrayer. He's never been on the receiving end. This is the start of him genuinely embracing the idea of friendship because he's felt what it's like to lose everything, even his magic. Yet for all his draining of flight, strength, and now chaos magic, Tyrek doesn't seem to adopt those qualities. It's more like he's drained the raw energy without a specialization, and even then, it's still not enough to overcome the magic of 4 alicorns. It is enough to send fans a-crying as Twilight's library is destroyed. And I truly can't be upset about this because I knew she was going to get new digs, and there was no loss of life. Except
the Golden Oak Library was an awesome thing.
The bees! Twilight is righteously ticked now, and it's time for a battle worthy of
Dragon Ball Z. You know, that medium with gratuitous battles every other episode.
Not 1 minute ago, she couldn't control teleporting. Now she's throwing Gallic guns and Kamehamehas at Tyrek like she's Goku and Vegeta. What?
Do I hear a power level in the house?
Now we're going with Superman now?
The references are over 9,000! 9,000!
Over 9,000!
Do this! Come on, you bastard!
Oh! Okay!
9,000.
Sensubine! It
What was
appears
that?
we are at an impasse.
Baloney? She's kicking you up and down the landscape.
I'm still.
Now you're over.
The big debate is whether or not this scene was necessary. Some fans enjoy the spectacle, while others see it as a waste of time since Twilight was not able to defeat Tyrek alone. Yet to understand the scope of the group's victory, I think we need to see her struggle alone first. Of course, friendship doesn't make things easy. Tyrek shows a little bit of his original guile as he uses Twilight's friends as leverage. Yeah, he kind of dropped the ball with the 3 princesses and the prince, but at least he got it right on the 3rd try. And Twilight finds her rainbow connection as she sticks to what she knows is important. Discord completes his arc, humbled and grateful to Twilight for freeing him. Still, the ponies have their 6th key, and the villain, once again, ignores them thanks to arrogance. Or perhaps it's the divine protection of John Delancey's voice. You didn't seriously think I'd let this joke go, did you? So it's time for the rainbow connection
then, John.
to pay off as the ponies open the box and are rewarded with their new rainbow power! Incredible new forms that possess unlimited energy! Oh, who am I kidding? I look ridiculous, and so do they. These new forms are a visual
you look
rock.
kind of like a rainbow
I'm not sure where I'm
phoenix.
supposed to look. At their oversized manes, their enhanced cutie marks, or the additional marks on their hooves. 1 is overwhelming. 6 is an eyesore. Yet I will credit Hasbro in designing something so simple to produce.
Think that the
All
marks
they
on
have
their
to do
hooves
is use
were,
different fibers and
phenomenal.
stickers to sell the kids the exact same toy.
But she's got a new hat.
Simpsons?
In terms of marketing and budget, it's genius. Hasbro, you magnificent bastards, I read your catalog!
Oh,
and these new powers
okay.
really are the Elements of Harmony 2.0, as they not only redistribute the magic across Equestria, they also free the princesses and return Tyrek to Tartarus. Hey, you should be glad
I
that
wish
wasn't
that
the G1
the Elements of Harmony 2.0 was in every
And
season.
while I don't like the rainbow power forms, the
'Cause I
staff
thought those
wisely
forms
kept
were
them to the
phenomenal.
minimum screen time. So we could move on to our next big ticket product.
You know, I kinda wish
Twilight's
that
New Castle,
Starlight had a
which is
2.0
magically
form.
bestowed by the Tree of Harmony. It
Which
may
was
not
kinda
be as
like
bad as
them.
the rainbow powers, but dang, there's going to be an adjustment period with this.
It's hardly in keeping with the village's rustic aesthetic, is it?
Yeah, what he said. Plus, having the Tree of Harmony give her this new castle just feels empty. Here's an alternative. Discord and the princesses return, bringing with them ponies from all over Equestria. Ponies that Twilight and Company just saved. And in gratitude, the ponies build her a new home over the course of a montage. And since the crystal ponies are a part of this endeavor, of course it's going to have crystal elements. And so Twilight could realize that her kingdom is made of friends, and she has the support of a nation behind her. Yet before it sounds like I hate this ending, I was thrilled to see the roundtable arrangement for her friends. Unlike Magical Mystery Cure, this ending feels like it hasn't forgotten the main 6. Whatever happens next, whatever Twilight's role, she will face it alongside her friends, and that's pretty
Including
special.
Discord and
I'm
Spike.
going to close out with another pop song that checks in on every support pony from the Rainbow
I wish
Connection.
Spike was one of the main
and
heroes.
right away, I
But
enjoyed
he
this
did
song way
become a
more
hero
than
in
you'll
season
play your
3.
part, because his
When he,
focus is on the world that our
stopped
heroines
Sombra
live in.
from taking over
We
the
even get a
Crystal
little
Empire.
hint that Discord's carrying a torch for Celestia.
It's more a display of apology than anything else.
Never mind.
Nailed
Was I
it.
invested in this story? Definitely. I enjoyed Twilight's uncertainty and her shared
Gosh,
arc
I
with
am
Discord,
sweating.
and I'm glad that the show remembers that Twilight's new role doesn't need to exclude her closest friends. Yet I think this finale is pulled down by how overt the formula has become, to the point where events feel more like a checklist than part of the story flow. The main 6 click and work in slice of life episodes, but when the entire world faces a crisis, I'd like to think other ponies could show our heroines some support. Taken as a whole, Twilight's Kingdom may not be my favorite 2-parter, but it is my favorite season finale. And what a season it was. I especially feel like, you've come to give me my just commitments, haven't you?
Yup.
Well, I can't say it's undeserved.
not good.
After all, I've not only made many jokes at the Royals' expense this episode, I've also lit for a
Sakura.
invaded a pony's privacy, terrified other ponies with visions of the future or barbershop quartets. I've launched them into space, lectured them on being siblings. But really, Big Mac, were those shipping jokes so bad?
Yup.
Okay then. Guess that just confirms that I am not a nice guy. Yet I'm grateful to all of you for such a fun season. It had its strong moments and its weak moments. I've enjoyed both watching the show and poking fun at it, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you again in Season 5. And, as one final thought...
That was amazing. The Roadrunner reference? It would be a lot awesome if they sent Wile E. Coyote just to chase Silver-Quill around.
I'm Silver-Quill. Thanks for watching.
See you, Silver-Quill. See you in Season 5, I guess. Oh, anyways, that was a great Season 4 finale of After the Fact. You know, I would count that as After the Fact Season 4. And yes, I did like the Season 4 finale. It was pretty phenomenal, yeah. The versions, the 2.0 versions of the main six, you know, with, like, the giant mains and their powerful magic and the marks on their hooves. Yeah, I thought that was pretty phenomenal. I mean, I wonder if they have toys for that. I mean, if I buy those toys online and they get mailed to here, then I would set them on my shelf as, like, a collection. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. Whew. Anyways, I'm gonna end off now because I am sweating. I know I have my fan on, but yeah, I am still sweaty and hot. Yeah, I've been gone since this morning. I went to take my senior pictures because I have my senior year next year, which starts in August. And yeah, I did gel my hair, and I did shave my face last night. Last night was overwhelming. It took me a while for me to get ready for that time, which was a few hours ago. So yeah, maybe I'll do my next reaction of the day and maybe take a nap. And maybe after I take a nap, I'll pretty much do another reaction, like a bonus reaction. I'm not sure what I'll react to, but just never mind. I'm gonna get it off now. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and ahoy!